Yes, I know it's a little late, but would it be possible to reserve a table for 2 at 8 or 8:30 perhaps? I gotta go. This guy was laughing at me. I can't believe it. Hey guys, it's Mandy Fraker coming at you again to talk about movies. But please, as always, hit the subscribe button, like this video, give it a good old thumbs up, and ring the bell for future notifications, and share that shit. So I'm here to talk to you today about 1987. Not necessarily about what all happened in 87, more specifically, about the movie Wall Street, starring Michael Douglas and Charlie Sheen. So that movie, man, the music in that movie was incredible. You got the talking heads, you got excerpts from Vivaldi's Four Seasons, you got Frank Sinatra, absolutely like slamming lineup of music used very eloquently and just very well, in my opinion. A lot of cool things about that movie, man. The main focus of the movie, Gordon Gekko, I guess really it's Charlie Sheen, Bud Fox, but Gordon Gekko is all I see. For that movie, Michael Douglas, at the time, he was smoking 2 packs of cigarettes, 40 cigarettes a day at that time, right? And there's a lot of rapid-fire dialogue in that movie, you know, when he's going, like, in the opening scene where Bud Fox walks in, he's just like, you know, lunch is for wimps, I'll talk at you, you know, that whole thing there. He had to get a speech instructor to practice breath control with, so that he can fire off that rapid dialogue. Because of the fact that he was smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day, he really couldn't catch his breath enough to just do that. You know, I myself, being a smoker, can tell you that, you know, it could really take a toll on your ability to talk a lot like that. So I no longer smoke, if you haven't noticed, which is why I can keep talking. Also, a cool thing about this movie, it's the first movie where you see a mobile cellular telephone, a cordless one, just like this one, except this is a block of plastic with a sticker on it. But it's the first movie you see one of those in. Up until then, I think you probably saw them in like cars and stuff like that. But that's when you see that. Another cool thing about that movie is Michael Douglas was actually working on Fatal Attraction, another one of my favorite movies, at the same time. So he was going back and forth, which to me is amazing. You know, John Belushi did the very same thing. I think it was Animal House. He flew back and forth from the set of Animal House to New York to do Saturday Night Live. And, you know, I'm sure he had enough conference-approved substances in him to make that a reality. You know, sadly, he passed away, as we all know, obviously. Funny fact about that, Robert De Niro was one of the last people to see him alive. So, you know, this movie also has the dubious distinction of bringing home an Oscar for Best Actor, Michael Douglas, of course, but also a Razzie for Worst Supporting Actor, Daryl Hannah. A Razzie is the polar opposite, basically, of an Oscar. Every year they hold the Razzies, and they give it out to the worst possible people. Worst directors, worst actors, worst pictures. You know, for instance, to give you an idea, perspective, Tom Green won a Razzie for, I think, worst director for the movie Freddy Got Fingered. Just to kind of give you some perspective there. So you really got to suck to get one of those awards, if you want to call it an award. It's just like an amazing movie. Another cool thing, there was a Directors Guild strike, okay, on the horizon at the time of that movie. And Oliver Stone didn't want to lose the traction. He didn't want to lose the cast or any producers or anything like that. So he put in 14-hour days to, you know, ensure that he would avoid that strike. And as a result of it, he ended up finishing the movie, I believe, like 5 days ahead of schedule. So it's just, you know, a lot of people look at that movie, you know, a lot of salesmen. I used to be a salesman myself. And as a young budding salesman, I can remember seeing that opening scene with Bud Fox and Michael Douglas. They watched it in the movie Boiler Room. And I could just remember watching those guys rehearse it and just thinking, man, that would be great to dress like that guy and talk like that and be a big shot. And so a lot of people look at movies like that and Boiler Room and Glengarry Glen Ross, you know, as a motivational thing, you know, stuff like that. But, you know, really, it's just an amazing movie. You know, like Scarface. Oliver Stone wrote that for Brian De Palma, and at the time, Oliver Stone was kicking a cocaine addiction while he was writing that movie. Like, that's the kind of stuff that people take for granted about movies today. But I think I've rambled enough for you guys. I gotta get over to Bushwood to play some golf. Better bring my golf shoes because I got flip-flops on right now. But as always, please subscribe to this video or to this channel. In fact, I'm gonna wait. Go ahead, subscribe. There's a little button in the bottom right-hand corner. Looks like this, or it might be a smiley face. I think I made it. Go ahead. Right. Seems like you guys are done with that. Like I said, now that you've subscribed, don't forget to hit the like button and ring the bell for future notifications. And maybe one day, you too can make enough money to get your kid that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. Have a nice day.